Alright, let's see what's going on here, man. Hopefully my shit ain't showing up. Chop it out. Chop it like my shirt. I've been laying around all day reading. But so today, a nigga wanna talk about what I've been tapping into lately. I ain't been on this YouTube in a minute, right? Um, and I'm telling you, man, the thing is with dealing with a spiritual awakening or dealing with consciousness, really, right? Which just means awareness. Let me take my sip. Um, lately I've been definitely, if y'all watch my videos in the past, I definitely tapped in and told you like I've been tapping into like the whole Vedic system, right? Dealing with the whole Vedic shit, right? And through this, I've had a lot of breakthroughs and more, and like dealing with Bobby Hemming, right? A nigga already had a definite good level of understanding of concepts, right? Cause even in 10-hour videos from Bobby Hemming, bro, you still can't get all the shit. You got to go get the books, right? So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Um, and I had brought up shout out to this guy here, Travis Majors. I done shouted him out once before. Probably gonna hear a lot more shots out because I'm tapping into the type shit he got going on, and I'm tapping in with Travis. You did what I'm saying? To some, I'm a teacher. To me, this nigga's a teacher. You did what I'm saying? Like to some, I'm a teacher. To me, Brother Panic was my teacher. To some, I'm a teacher. To me, Bobby Hemmett was my teacher. You did what I'm saying? And Brother Panic, Bobby Hemmett was his teacher. You see what I'm saying? And and I'm learning shit from this guy, bro. So I got the utmost respect for him. Got the utmost respect for him, and like the other day, he maybe last week, I can't fucking remember. We've been doing a reading on a book called The Cosmic Doctrine, right? Breaking down how the universe comes out of the cosmos. The cosmos comes first, then comes the universe, and then comes the physical reality planes, the galaxy, the planets, the 12 zodiac signs, the seven planes. And I think he flashed this book. I said something about go check it out and read it. It's called Samkhya Darshan. Samkhya basically means like basically an analysis or a discriminative type of analysis of knowing. Knowing of what? Knowing of what it say? Damn. Fuck it. It ain't showing up. But a dualistic reality. Right? So if you look at the bottom of this, I know y'all hold on. I know y'all really can't see it, but it's breaking down Prakriti. Right? Prakriti. That's what we're gonna get into today. Prakriti. Right here. Right here. God damn it. Prakriti, man. And then you got Purusha. I wish it just autofocus, but it don't seem like it want to. Right? And it's just a microcosm of what we call the macrocosm, right? If you understand the seven laws of Tahuti or the seven hermetic principles, if you've been watching my videos, you've been seeing me use this a lot. Right? And down here, we got Prakriti and Purusha. If you can read it, Purusha over here is the individual soul. And over here, you got Prakriti. So it is a feminine aspect. And it's called the creatrix in here. Damn, I hate that shit can't focus, bro. That shit lame as hell. But it don't matter because we're gonna get into it. Right? So as I'm reading this book, you gotta see where it come from. As I'm reading this book, right? Shit, this shit hitting. This motherfucker got some fast shit in it. Boy, I tell you one thing, bro. These motherfuckers over there in East India, bro. They got some fat shit going on. Cause the ones I be meeting over here in America, maybe they didn't get too Americanized and so happy to come to America. But they got a lot of the ancient teachings that you find in Egypt, right? That you may find in Egypt, but we got fractionalized understandings of them. See, the thing about the shit that we get from Kemet, right? It be fractionalized, but not only do it be fractionalized, you don't get a lot of the philosophy and the way that the ancients actually thought. See, for that you would have to go into subjective reality. Yeah, I want to say subjective reality, just based off all the data information you get of them. Meditate on that and experience it in a meditation form, right? In a still form, and piece together with your imagination what they thought process would have had to be like to create what they created. But I tell you one goddamn thing, this Vedic shit, these folks in India, them folks in India, let me put my shit on do not disturb. Bear with me. Them folks in India, they still got their philosophy from thousands of years ago, right? And it's all intact, and it's all the same shit that we've been learning from Bobby Hemmett, Brother Panic. Bobby Hemmett spoke a lot about it. Panic spoke enough about it, enough for your ass to get your ass in a door and figure out what subjects you want to study on your own. So over time, I got a lot of books now, but I haven't read all of them. It's not for me to read all at one goddamn time, front to back. No way. I need to get what the fuck I need to get out of them because I'm not reading to try to become more smarter to you niggas. I'm trying to read to have a better understanding of the nature of what the fuck this is down here that we in. And what's the process to get the fuck back to what I originally am, and what our teachers have told us about the whole nature of the soul, right? Because we hear a lot of people talk about the soul, my soul this, my soul that, and nobody can tell you really what the fuck a soul is. And it always seems to be some old human ass breakdown of what the soul is. But just being conscious for real on this type of level, you should know the soul, right? It's something outside of what the mind can normally even fucking perceive as a human. Just the limitations you have as a human, right? Because listen here. If you look, we all the way down here. We all the way down here. Experiencing shit down here. This is the highest levels up here, right? You got Shiva and Shakti. Shakti, pure energy. Shiva as pure consciousness, right? And it also relates down here to Purusha as basically the individual soul, right? And Prakriti as the feminine aspect. And Purusha as the masculine aspect. Pure consciousness, pure energy, pure movement is Prakriti and Shakti. Same thing. So once you look down here, yeah, I might do it like this. This might be better, right? So as you look down here, this is an illusionary realm. So even what we perceive of as the soul is part of the illusion. Why? Because it's under Maya. You niggas, god damn, it's under Maya. You did? It's under Maya. So and then you got what these things down here that Maya use. I ain't gonna go through all of them, but Maya uses these 5 aspects right here. Kala, Kalaa, Vidya, Vidya. So you can look them up. Raja, Raga, and another Kala. I'm fucking these words up, but this one is called, it's spelled Kaala. And then you got Niyati, Niyati, placing limits for this up here, this conjoined divine masculine and feminine aspect, understanding or energy, what the fuck you want to call it, man. Pick the right word that suits your fucking ego. But what it is, these down here limits it. It's 5 things that limit your awareness of anything up here. So even when we talk about the individual soul, Bobby Hemmett Ben gave us this shit though. Like it's all one. He been said it. It's all one. And this is the one, the Shiva and the Shakti, pure energy and pure consciousness. This is the one existing together. It's complementary, but it comes out of pure consciousness. Pure energy comes out of pure consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? So out of consciousness, you become a conscious self, or conscious and aware, and then you create whatever the fuck you want to create, and you got to create it with pure energy. So boom, pure energy has its own thing, and then I'm not going through it like your fucking college professor. I'm giving it to it in nigga terms. And if you're white, I'm giving it to you in wiggle terms, nigga. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. So, with that being said, studying samkhya darshan, right? Which is the prop. I'm gonna give it to you how they gave it. Sam is because it's called samkhya darshan. Sam is correct, proper, and discriminative, right? And kia samkhya, knowing, a proper and discriminative type of knowing about the true nature of reality. It is. I'm good fuck with y'all. So it's basically an undertaking, it's basically an analysis of creation, right? To realize the true nature of the reality that we live in. And coming from these Vedic texts, I even think it speaks on Bhagavad Gita and various other things, if I'm not mistaken. I can stand corrected on this, but like I said, I'm new to this, not true to this, but I'm also true to this because this shit is a part of my consciousness. This shit is a remembering. When I'm reading this, I'm getting a remembrance. I'm not learning something new. I'm getting a remembrance from this shit, right? And okay, and a couple of things that stood out to me in this book. Listen, I'm only finna talk to y'all about the intro, not even chapter one, bro. Not even chapter one, bro. So, okay. So it says, okay, now fuck it, I'm gonna bring it up from over here. So in this book, it actually talks about the type of knowledge you can actually acquire, because it's like four types of knowledge: true knowledge, false knowledge, imaginary knowledge, and no knowledge. Like, god damn, like, you know what I'm saying? It's different levels of knowledge in this motherfucker. And a lot of people fucking around with the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, like the fuck, man, what the government doing, and what these Illuminati doing, and what this is doing. Like, bro, like, I get it. Right, that is a reality. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, how the fuck does that help you advance in your spiritual practices, or your spiritual awareness, or your conscious awareness? It's just like saying conscious. They don't even make sense. But we say these type words, right? So how does that help you advance in your conscious, nigga? It's really not. It ain't doing shit but distracting a nigga. You did what I'm saying? So if we ain't doing them to get distracted by this false knowledge or this imaginary knowledge, what's the true knowledge, right? So in here it talks about the only way there is a certain knowledge or a certain knowing, right? That you can use, that they use in a Vedic or the Sanskrit language, which is called Vijana. I want to say vagina, but it's Vijnana, Vijnana, or intuitive knowing, can bring knowledge of difference between manifest and unmanifest. And this is me reading from my notes, y'all. I took notes. Nigga took notes. Right? So intuitive knowing can bring knowledge of the difference between the manifest and the unmanifest, right? So that means through intuition. That's I think I just spoke about. You know what I'm saying? Experiencing, trying to go through, understand the comedic shit through a way of meditation. You know what I'm saying? Tapping into that creative form or that subjective reality, right? That subjective reality, if I'm saying it right, it's either subjective or objective. My brain somewhere else right now with that. So basically experience it without physically touching it with the five senses, without touching the object, right? So that would be subjective, right? Like I said, stand corrected if I'm wrong, but I still get the concept. Word mix up, fuck it, don't mean shit, right? So you can do with intuition. So it's stating that intuition is a higher level of knowing. Because we dealing with knowing. That's why my shit is called my gnosis. My knowing. We want to deal with levels of knowing, right? We want to deal with levels of knowing. Some of the shit we remembering some shit that we already knew. This shit be already in us. You deal what I'm saying? So it says intuitive knowing can bring knowledge of difference between the manifest and the unmanifest. The manifest reality is everything that you can experience with the five senses and shit even outside of that, right? Because we can go back to this. Here's the unmanifest, the microcosm, everything we experience down here, all the planets, the whole universe, all that shit exists up in here. Then you got the unmanifest up here. You know what I'm saying? Shiva and Shakti. And then you got these up here. Then you got the part that Maya. Then you got the five Concatras. I'm always fucking shit up, but you got the unmanifest reality up here. You see what I'm saying? And I wish I had a matter of fact, yes I do. Which I will eventually get into, which would be the tree of life. You did what I'm saying? The unmanifest reality exists up here. The triple blackness of space, the triple darkness of space, the triple black godness, the on so far. The great nothingness. Like I've said before, you watch my videos, the great nothingness is not nothing. It's something. It's actually potential. It has the potential to be everything. Everything that's down here. Everything is at the bottom of what I just showed y'all. Right? It has the potential to be everything, matter of fact, up here and down here. It can be whatever the fuck. It's straight potential energy. Potential. We're speaking about potential, right? So that's the unmanifest and the manifest reality. The only way you can do that is tapping into your intuition. The intuitive parts of you, not the logical parts of you, not 1 + 1 = 2, not A plus B equals C. You ain't gonna be able to get that using, like they said in Doctor Strange, your intellect has gotten you far, but it can only get you so far, but it's gotten you far enough. It's got you as far as it can get you. Yes, you know how to build a house. Yes, you know how to make money. Yes, you know how to do this. Yes, you know how to do that. But you can't perceive other levels of reality, nigga. And that's the problem with niggas nowadays. Niggas can't perceive them. Like I dropped in another video, like, it's the way that we taught in Western society, bro. To the point where motherfuckers can't perceive spiritual or other levels of awareness would be like spiritual breakthroughs. They not even knowing they having spiritual breakthroughs. They trying to logically make sense of what this is. Sometimes you can't logically make sense. Sometimes it's 1 + 1 is actually gonna equal 12. It's gonna equal 12. I just had a dream the other day. I broke down, right? I had a dream that I went back to fifth grade, right? Went back to fifth grade in my dream. And I'm not gonna give y'all all the details of it because it's personal. But pick up what I'm putting down, right? I end up having a dream where I'm going to the fifth grade and my fifth grade teacher, and I know it's basically like a time travel, right? My fifth grade teacher ends up taking me to this bookshelf. It's more to the story, but my fifth grade teacher ended up taking me to this bookshelf. She picks up one book about mythology. Okay, boom. She picks up another book about ancient Egypt and shows it to me. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm liking these books. Then she picks up another book called Mythical Atlas of Dragons. Mythical Dragon Atlas. This in my dream about 2-3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? And I wake up the next day. What you think I'm doing? Me and my friend, me and her chopping it up, and it's like, so we help each other decode our dreams and what we get from it, and it actually helps talking to other people who understand on the type of level that you on. You see what I'm saying? Because they can pick up on the subtle shit you don't pick up on, or question you about certain shit you won't question yourself on, and bring you right to a realization. So you know what I did? Hold up. Thank the gods. Thank the gods, the demons, the ghouls, the goblins, the divas, whatever you want to call them. for Amazon. This is the exact book, a little bit different, right? But the same way the book showed me itself inside of the goddamn dream. A dragon was hanging over it like it was sitting on something on top of the book cover inside the dream, just like this. And it had the word Atlas. But check this out. If you want, don't try to make logical sense of it. I told you the book was called Dragon Atlas, Mythical Dragon Atlas. Check where the arrow is pointing to. It's pointing at the word mythical. And then at the top, what do you have? The dragon. And then what's the next big word? Atlas. Mythical dragon Atlas. This is what I'm saying. You're going to have to lose your ego level of intellect and knowledge and knowing to be able to have spiritual breakthroughs, or you're going to miss it every goddamn time. I'm not missing. Damn, this book show clear on them. I'm not missing. If you watch my other videos, I'm telling you how I done had other breakthroughs through dreams. They coming, but you niggas using the wrong level of your mind, level of awareness. You get this out the way. Right? You did. So, right? Intuitive knowing can bring knowledge of difference between manifest and unmanifest. So you can know levels of the unmanifest potential energy or potential whatever to the manifest, where it's already its solidified state, or its definitive state, right? Where it's already been defined state, the undefined state and the defined state. Intuition can get you there, nigga. So it says samkhya is the dualistic philosophy or metaphysics dealing with two realities. What's the two realities? Purusha, the individual soul, pure conscious and awareness, and Prakriti, the creatrix, the creation, the physical or the relative universe that we exist in, that we so-called exist in, right? Argue with your mama. Nigga not going through that with y'all. So, and it says, what is Purusha, right? Purusha, the witnessing consciousness. So all it does is look. Just like this, just watching you. Interesting. Hmm. 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 Okay. Then you got Prakriti, the root cause. Keyword cause, right? Because we're going to get into some shit with this cause of creation, the root cause of creation, right? Because you have cause, then you have effect, right? So the effect comes out of the cause. Matter of fact, the effect and the cause are together. They break that down in here. The effect and cause are already preset. It's already a stereotype. It's already preset, bro. It's already preset. That ain't nothing new under the sun shit. Yeah, that type shit. It may vary in degrees over eons or whatever it may be, but it's still gonna be cause and effect. And Prakriti, the feminine aspect, which is Prakriti, and the masculine aspect, which is Purusha. So when we get down to what feminine and masculine is, feminine ain't nothing but energy, movement, right? And then you got Purusha, the consciousness, the awareness, the observer, the seer, the one who's watching. It's a fucking camera, right? But these two come together. Here it goes again in the book. These two come together like the yin and the yang. That's why it has it up here, because they exist together. One without the other, you need both. So that's the dualism they talk about, right? That's the dualism of this reality. Samkhya is the dualistic philosophy dealing with two realities. These are two different realities, but at the same time, they're not. They coexist because you can't have a creation. You can't have a reality without consciousness, right? It has to have awareness. The creation has to have awareness, which is the individual soul, which is what they call in Purusha, which is the consciousness and awareness. You got to have that. if you're gonna have creation. To have movement and creation and matter, it has to has awareness within it. The two go together. Man and woman go together if you want to make it on a more, when I say perverted, I mean like a more dumbed down version of human, right? It doesn't make a difference if you know what I'm saying, like say gay, right? That doesn't make a difference. It's not making you a sinner. You're not going to hell with my philosophy from what I've learned, right? What this is saying, a masculine and feminine energy has to exist for creation to be possible. Masculine and feminine energy, not masculine because I build shit and I pay the bills and I go out and get money. Not feminine because, you know what I'm saying, I got, not I, but I'm speaking in the form of woman. I got breasts, I got titties, I can birth kids, I have kids. It's not just that simple and perverted, right? This is higher levels of thinking. So, with that being said, and also, what is Prakriti is composed of creation. Let's look at Prakriti as creation, right? Creation is composed of three things. Every time you look around, bro, you're gonna see three. It's the tree of life. One, two, three. 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 You're gonna always see three. You're gonna always see three. You're gonna see Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. You're gonna always see three, bro. You're gonna always see three. It's something about this three. The Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's always gonna be three. All right. In Prakriti, the creation that we live in, right, is composed of what they call the three gunas. Right. Let's see what the three gunas are. Right. And then we go back to that page. So the three gunas are what they call sattva. Like if you watch my videos or my shorts, I broke down. This is how I ran into Travis Majors. I was having a dream. No, I was reading a book called Agora 2, a reference to Bobby Hemmett and Brother Panic, right? And I got to a chapter where they start talking about the three gunas, these three things that are in everything that exists in existence. The three things that rule everything in existence that's in part of creation, right? That are subjugated to these three things, right? What are they? Something called sattva, Thomas, and Rogers, right? What is sattva? Sattva will equal up to pleasure, it will equal up to harmony, it will equal up to balance. And then you got Rogers, right? It's a destructive nature, pain, destruction, tearing shit down, or you know what I'm saying, fucking shit up. All of these, check this out, all of these are necessary though once you understand the nature of these things, right? Then you got Thomas. Like in this book, it broke first thing it said was indifference, or it can be laziness, inertia, non-movement, stillness. If you hear all three of those things you need. If you become conscious, you need to have a destructive nature because you need to have a ragistic type of nature, right? A Rogers type of nature. What did I say? Rogers was destruction, pain. You need to be able to tear shit down. You need to be able to tear away. That's the whole thing of unlearn and relearn. To unlearn shit, you got to tear all that shit down, right? So if you become a consciousness, if you become a conscious, you got to tear shit down. Also, to have inertia, sit still and do nothing. Hell, fuck, you need to meditate. You got to sit in a still moment with yourself and your thoughts. I'm putting air quotes, right? Your thoughts. We'll get to that. Why I say your thoughts. But you need to sit with your thoughts. You need to sit with your emotion. When you're doing shadow work, you need to sit the fuck still. Right? Sometimes you just need to sit the fuck still. You know how motherfucker you tell you quit running in the house, in and out the goddamn house. Sit the fuck down. Y'all need to sit down some goddamn well. If you grew up Southern, you understand. I bet they say that shit in all other countries in different ways. Hold up. Some of that GMO juice. right? And then obviously you need harmony, right? You need balance, right? You need pleasure, right? And the sattva is the highest state. It's like the highest, let's just equate it right now, for lack of better terms, to the higher self, right? So you need that balance. Everybody about my high self, my crown chakra, all right? These levels of existence exist, these three exist in everything in nature. And those in prakriti, creation is composed up of those three. So everything in nature has these three, right? And it says manifestation actually begins with the infusion of consciousness. So there is no manifestation without the divine masculine concept. Is there is no manifestation without the divine feminine concept. Everything in the feminine, everything in the creation has to have consciousness. If I had my Holy Kabbalion book right here, it'll tell you the seven Hermetic principles, right? Everything has a spirit. Everything has a spirit. A rock has a spirit. A blade of grass has a spirit. What is the spirit that they? Everything here has an awareness. Everything doesn't have the same level or degree of awareness that a human being has, right? So-called have self-will, right? So-called have free will, to my self-will. So-called have free will. Let me get close to you niggas. We so-called have free will, right? So everything doesn't have the same level. Where that's how we can become enlightened. We can evolve. Well, I guess they can evolve too, but I guess it's levels, right? You have the rock mineral life, and then you have the plant life, then you have the mammal life, which we exist in a mammal life, right? So we have different types of evolution, right? But we are able to tap in to a higher level of awareness. Let's do it. All right. See, these other levels may have instinct, right? Instinct just be able to move by their nature. We have it too. They just instinct basically just you moving by your nature, your natural nature, right? But intuition though, right? What do we see up here? Vijnana, Vijnana, or intuitive knowing can bring knowledge of difference between manifest and the unmanifest. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think rocks can do that. At least from our level of perception of what rocks are and plants, right? They just stick to their nature. They do what rocks do. They do what goddamn plants do. We do what plants do, and we do what rocks do, and we do what the fuck? Bro, what if my shit is not recording, bro? Hold up. What the fuck if I'm sitting here not recording? Well, that shit had me hot, y'all. Can't even lie to you. Hold up. Yo. Alright, I ain't recording. I about to say, boy, god damn. You know what I'm saying? So we can do what fucking animals do, right? We had an instinct of animals too. A lot of niggas do what the fuck animals do. A lot of niggas do what the fuck animals do. I'm shaking the fuck out the camera. Let's see if I can get all this shit over here. That way, I ain't gotta keep leaning towards the mic that way. So a lot of niggas do what the fuck animals do. A lot of us have an animalistic nature. Include now. I'm not saying I'm mightier than that or, or holier than that, right? This is the aspect we need to become aware of and overcome and take control over and let it no longer have control over us, right? That's the point of becoming conscious and aware. That's the point. When you become that, it ain't just to hear some pretty words and sound smart, bro. Our teachers been told us, bro. You know, I'm speaking on Panic and Bobby, bro. Like, them niggas weren't just sounding smart. You could tell some of them folks that was in them crowds, bro, they didn't get what the fuck Bible was talking about, bro. A lot of that shit was funny and jokes that he made, but like niggas ain't walk away with shit for real. You can just tell. I wasn't even born for. I mean, I was born around the time Bob was making videos, but like, just looking back, like, bro, these niggas ain't get it. Cause this niggas to this day they still don't get it, bro. They still not getting what the fuck he talking about. So, manifestation, reality, right? It begins with the infusion of consciousness and movement or cause or creation. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? It begins with the infusion of consciousness, right? Manifestation starts with consciousness infusion with prakriti, right? And what do we say prakriti was? The cause of creation. Cause, right? And they can get into movement, they can get into physical reality, and get into a lot of things because actually Prakriti is composed of a lot of things, but the main three things are the three gunas, right? Let's not forget that the three gunas is sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva, a harmony state. Then you got rajas, a destructive state. Then you got tamas, an inertia state, or just a still state, right? Okay, so okay, and here and it says, I don't think that was even okay, yeah, okay, yeah, it is relevant what I was gonna say. And here they talk about this doctrine, a doctrine, a doctrine that was written or maybe spoke first the word, then written, and it's called the Satkarya Veda. Satkarya Veda, SAT. So you can look it up, SATKARYA VADA. And Sat, in this sense, the first word Sat means existence. Karya means effect. Karya means effect. Existence, effect, doctrine. Vaja or Vada, Vaja, VADA means doctrine. So the existence of the effect doctrine or the effect of existence doctrine. Either way it go, it makes sense, right? And basically, and what it talked about in the doctrine, from what the little short breakdown it did give of it, is the effect is already present in the cause. The effect, but this shit, right? This is why I had to do this breakdown, or this. It's really like a review for me. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm a student, bro. I'm a student. I can be a teacher to somebody who knows a little bit less than me, but shit, even then, the question they end up asking me back, I'm learning. So I don't want nobody to get on here and think like, bro, this nigga think he know this and think he. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck what you do. It make me no difference. I'm enjoying loving my life and loving me and the shit that I'm learning and the levels of awareness I'm coming into. It says the effect is present in the cause. Listen, there is a law in the seven Hermetic principles called the law of cause and effect. It says every effect has a cause and every cause has an effect. Check this out. Let's go back. What did we say Prakriti was? The root cause of creation. The root cause of creation. So it says the effect is already present in the cause. Right? So if we look at it like that, like if every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause, you can't do one cause and think to get this effect. So it's already preset, right? Like it's even in other books we can get to, right? Okay, check this out. We've been reading the Cosmic Doctrine, right? And she's breaking down the unfortunate. Like, shout out my nigga Trav. What I say, Trav? Like that white bitch, the unfortunate boy. She a bad bitch. She's saying some fast shit in this book. This book here, bro. You gotta be at a certain. I would just get it for when you do hit that level to be able to break this shit down. Or fuck it, go to Travis Majors YouTube page. Travis Majors. Go to his YouTube page. He's doing a book. He's doing a breakdown, and I'm part of the class, baby. Part of the class, baby. Part of the class, baby. I'm learning everything I can learn. So, so if we talking about the cause and effect, we talking about the cause is already or the effect is already present in the cause. So it's already a set notion of effects that can happen from the cause, right? And there's already a set degree of a type of effects that can happen from the cause. I'm not gonna smack this mic in a fucking 10,000 square foot mansion pops out. There's going to be an effect, but that's not going to be the effect. It's not in alignment with the cause. You see what I'm saying? I can pour water on my covers, but a fucking money tree is not going to grow out of it. That's not the effect of that cause, right? So, so the cause, whatever you do, you just can't. What's the name? That's part of this creation, right? You just can't do it like that, right? That's part of the limitations of this level of the microcosm, right? How do I know that? Is he just talking outside of his neck? I don't think so. So up here, right? I wish I could. I actually can bring out my notes, but let's see. Here it says Ichicha is the willing force. Kriya is the acting force. And Jhana is the knowing force. We already talked about Jhana, didn't we? We did. Vijnana, the intuitive knowing, can bring knowledge of the difference between manifest and the unmanifest. That actually, the jhana actually exists up here. But the thing is you get these 5 aspects down here that limits, right? So you can't automatically just will something into existence. You can't automatically just act on certain things, do certain actions. You automatically can't just know these type of things. So you can't do this for the cosmic play or the universal play. You don't get to just automatically do that. Your ass get limitations. You get limitations. So when you get these limitations, right, now the cause or the effect is already preset into the cause. Nigga, it's rules. It's rules. So you're not gonna do one thing and expect to get another if it's not in alignment with that thing. So that means like when you're doing rituals, you have to be in alignment with that energy. Bobby been broke this down. Penny been broke this down. Any occultist been broke this down. You got to be in alignment with that, right? To get the certain type of effect that you want from the cause. There's ways to do it. Even as a chaos magician, there's ways to do it. Right? Shit needs to align. Okay, like in this book right now, in the Cosmic Doctrine, right? She's breaking down. Oh shit, y'all gotta read this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, auto reactions and cosmic memory. I don't even think I'm gonna go through all this. Let's just see. Let's see where the fuck it go, right? It says you have perceived in the course of these lectures that each phase of evolution, whether cosmic or logorial, logorial is like that center kether. Kether. Everything's come out the Father. This will be the Father in your Bible. And then you have Tifrith down here, which would be the Son. The only way to the Father through through me. You down here in the kingdom, right? The kingdom, the physical reality of creation. This is what we talking about right now. This is what we talking about right now. That's why I said this Vedic shit got all this shit in it. This is the tree of life. This is the shit that the Jewish people would have been studying or still do study, right? You got the Father up here. Here's the logorial source, right? Maybe you can equate it to the Son. Maybe you can't. You need to read the book, right? So this is logorial source, right? The God of this, he's the conditioner. She breaks it down like, yeah, this God is a conditioner of your reality. He's not the all and the be all God. It's just a conditioner of your reality. It creates the conditions like Prakriti and Purusha. The conditions are created through this. But okay, whether cosmic or logodial starts with a new type of action in reaction, cause and effect. And every possible variation is worked out by adding the possibility of reaction to reactions already established. What did I say about Prakriti? The effect already is present within the cause. What did it just say here? Every possible variation is worked out by adding the possibility of reaction to the reactions already established. So if something new does come around, guess what? It's only gonna be a difference in degree. But guess what? We didn't figure out some shit and created, for lack of a better term, figured out some shit and created a way that this effect has a cause now. I mean, this cause has an effect now. Whatever this new cause is, boom, boom, figure out a preset notation for the effect, right? It resembles the possible number of changes that can be wrong. Listen, this is an example she's given. It resembles the possible number of changes that can be wrong upon a chime bell, upon a chime of bells. You know, when you hear bells chime, right? And the addition of a bell to a chime makes a possible great increase in the number of variations which can be performed, nigga. So if you got two bells chiming, if you add one more in there, that adds a whole bunch of more. So if you got two causes and you add one more cause into there, you got, if you got, fuck it, if you got two bells, because I don't want to fuck it up, right? If you got two bells and they already making the cause, whatever, bam, ding. The cause is the bells being close proximity to each other. Then the effect is gonna be the chiming. Boom. They hitting together, ching, ching, ching. And then guess what? If you add a third bell in there, that adds a whole nother realm of different possibilities, right? Because the effect is the sound that comes out of it. Now, if you add that third bell into it, it changes the whole sound, right? So now a whole different level of effects have to be put into it, right? We got the cause. Now we got this third cause. Now we need another level of effects because depending on which way you chime the bells, it make different sounds, right? Depending on which way you strike a chord, right, it makes different sounds. So if you add more chords, you have more effects. When you cause that chord to make a sound, now you have more effects when you add more chords. Nigga, that's what it's breaking down. Thus, each new factor evolved, thus each new factor, each new effect, let's just say effect, evolved, increases the complexity of the manifestation. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about, Joe? We're talking about Prakriti, the creation that we live in. Now, what happens? The manifest reality gets more complex. It gets more complex when new factors are introduced. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When more factors are introduced, it really ain't shit new. Like you think motherfuckers didn't have distractions in ancient times? Of course they did. That's the nature of this motherfucker down here. So what you think they just had maybe less, maybe difference in degree, but they had distractions. Distractions is nothing new. So now that a new factor is introduced, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook games, regular games, Pornhub, still distraction, difference in degree. So now more shit is added, more variations of effects are now added to the creation. Come on, let's keep going, man. I ain't trying to hold y'all all day. All right? Shit, man. Man, this shit deep right here. I just gotta read it because I see it. This shit said consciousness, awareness, right, may be defined as reaction plus memory. A reaction to something, a reaction to an action. Something happened and it reacted, right? And then just because the action happened and it reacted, so-called time has went by, it becomes a memory. Because as soon as I snap my finger, that's already a memory. You already remembering me snapping my finger. You see what I'm saying? That she broke that down as what the fuck consciousness is. Is that what Purusha is? consciousness? Is that what consciousness actually is, right? Because can that make sense? Yeah, to me it can, right? Because it's just pure awareness, right? It's pure awareness, right? And hell, why like I equated Purusha to a camera. Why would a person get a camera if that's basically a reaction? Maybe nothing happened to them to put a camera at their house, right? But it's a reaction to the notation of knowing that you may need a camera because people break into people's houses. That's a reaction. And guess what? You know that people break into people's houses knowing that's a memory. That the whole thing of knowing is a memory. So consciousness may be defined as reaction plus memory. And then you don't get Purusha till you get down here into the manifest microcosm reality. Shiva is all the way up here and Shakti is all the way up here. All this has to happen first. Purusha has memory of that. His reaction link up with Shakti. Link up with Prakriti. Just like Shiva linked up with Shakti. Come on, man. Right? That is to say, an action takes place in a particular type of substance, and that the reaction produces a secondary reaction in another type of existence, nigga. Reaction, action, reaction, whatever the fuck, and it produces. And it what it say and it produces a secondary reaction and another type of existence. So what the fuck Shiva and Shakti did up here ends up getting produced in a whole nother existence down here in the microcosm, in the illusionary realm. Now you got Purusha and Prakriti. Come on, man. All right. So also in the Samkhya book, they break down what the human mind is made of. And if you've seen me break down what I read at the Tattwa shuddhi book, maybe this is new to some of the people that listen to me. I got deep into the Vedic shit after I told y'all that I read about the three gunas, and I woke up after reading about the three gunas. Trav dropped a whole 5-hour video on 3 different levels of the soul. And I've been locked in with him since then, learning from Travis Majors. If you don't know, LVX777. Real nigga Trav, fuck with you, boy. Um, and it actually gets into it and it breaks down the aspects of the human mind, right? I think I only got an hour left. It breaks down the aspect of the human, what the human mind is actually made up of, because the human mind is still down here, bro. Motherfuckers, the mind, get the mind, get the mind. Like I just shared what Bobby Hemming said, the next level of evolution is the mind. We know we from Africa. We know we came up with all the spiritual system. We know we was all over the planet. We know. What's the next level? The next level is the mind and thought. You gotta get out of your what you think thought is. Thought. You're not even your own fucking thoughts. Thoughts are a part of fucking Prakriti, the creatrix, bro. Even a higher level of your mind, which is called the buddhi, the higher intellect, the higher self, nigga, is what buddhi. But we finna get into it. Buddhi or buddhi, right? The human mind is made up of buddhi, which is called intelligence or higher self, right? Or the higher self. It's a higher level of intelligence, not just 1 + 1 = 2 type intelligence. The higher self, your spirit, right? My spirit. Okay. Or ahamkara, the ego sense, right? Which is the I-ness. I identify as this. I don't identify as this. I'm a black man, and I'm a dreadhead, and I like white tees, and I don't like black tees. I'm this, and I'm not that. I don't even want to go too far to fuck around with this, because I'm very political incorrect. Fuck you. And then they got manas, right? The process of thinking and analysis, right? And together, what these make, if you watch my last video with me and my boy T, I was talking about it. They call it the Antakarana, right? Antakarana means inner mind tool. So your inner mind tool consists of your intelligence, your higher self, your ego, the I-ness, what you identify as, not the I'm better than you ego. Then you got the process of thinking and analysis, right? That's what exists of the human mind. Like I said, All that is still a part of the fucking illusion, according to the Vedic text. You know what you want me to do? Argue with your mama, right? Is that reality? You choose. To me, it is. Shit lining up with everything I got going on. Okay, says, okay, but check this out. Check this out, right? Booty, booty, or buddy is what we say intelligence and higher self, right? Booty is only a reflection, not the original. It's your higher self is only a reflection of Purusha, the individual soul, pure consciousness and awareness. Just consciousness and awareness. Buddhi is only a reflection of it. It said it's only a reflected light of Purusha, right? It does not have the nature of self awareness. It does not have the nature of self-awareness. And if you go inside, oh, bro, that's why I say I need to fuck with the cosmic doctrine, right? She actually talks about in there how these atoms are separate from the logos, and they may be aware of each other, and they have this divine awareness in them, but they can't access it, right? They can't access self-awareness. If I'm saying it right, it's basically lining up with this. And I can't pull out, but this book thick as hell. But these atoms that come out of the logordial or comes out of the cosmos, and then the logordial comes into existence, and then the logordial has birthed these fucking atoms, and bro, it get down to these levels, right? But but what I'm saying, it lines up with what it says right here. It doesn't have the nature of self-awareness. It's not self-aware. So Buddhi is not even the highest level of awareness because it's not self-aware, right? It's aware of the objective nature, right? I would say I can stand corrected, right? When I'm using that way, but it's aware of the shit outside of it, but it's not aware of itself. You need to be self-aware. That's what we're doing. Knowledge of self, right? It says the real self is beyond mind. I'm gonna keep on bringing this out. The real self is beyond mind. The mind is a creation of Prakriti. See? Of course, if the higher mind, higher consciousness, the higher self is a creation of Prakriti, everything else lower than the higher self is a creation of Prakriti. Common sense to tell you that, right? The cause, and it actually gets in here and it says, what does it say, Joe? I might want to read this out of here. I'm gonna read it straight from the book. I got it in my notes, but I'm gonna read it straight from the book. What it say, Joe? It says the cause of all suffering is what's the cause of all suffering? The super imposition of Purusha, the pure consciousness, on Prakriti, the constantly changing creative matrix, nigga. So what does that mean? Purusha is in super imposition of Prakriti, right? That means Purusha is put last up under Prakriti. That means you niggas care about the material world, which is always forever changing. It never stays the same. It's always and forever changing. Anything that can happen will happen. And all the fucked up shit that can happen will happen. All the good shit that can happen will happen. And it's gonna happen. And you're gonna get both each and every fucking time. But since we as humans, we like stability, right? That's what everybody wants, stability. I want stability. Let me get some stability. I don't want a man if he ain't stable. Nothing's ever stable. It's always going to rise and fall. That's the law of vibration. The pendulum swing to the left is the pendulum swing to the right. The only person that can master this is the conscious person who knows the laws of neutralism, the mental neutralism. I forgot what it said in the Kabbalah. But the only person who can survive the pendulum swing left and the pendulum swing to the right is the person who understands the law of neutralization. mental neutralization. What do you think all these Vedic texts, these yogic texts, these tantric texts are talking about? How do you survive the pendulum swing to the left and the pendulum swing to the right? Or how do you survive the forever changing matrix called Prakriti? Non-attachment. Not having attachment to outcomes, not having an attachment to physical things that eventually get old and deteriorate and boom, explode, or shit, even relationships, right? That's gonna be fucking hard for me because shit, I love a woman. I love a woman, boy. And boy, that's gonna, you know what, nigga? We all got some form of attachment around this motherfucker. So it says the imposition is called some yoga, and this comes about of ignorance. Ignorance of what? Of the true nature of reality, or avidya, which is, or the true nature of reality is what avidya is. This ignorance is beginningless. It don't even have a beginning, but has an end. Where does it end? What is this ignorance of the true nature end? It ends in self-realization. Is that what is not what consciousness is about? We're not here to get conscious to manifest more money and bigger houses, bigger cars, and bigger this and bigger that. You niggas ain't doing the right level of shadow work. Nothing wrong with having material gains, right? The only thing is how much attachment do we have to this shit? Because if you got more attachment to this shit, you got more shit to detach from if you keep getting more shit. So you can really gauge and understand where a motherfucker at by how much of the material shit they just goddamn they gotta have. They gotta have. Even spiritual men and women alike. They just want more, 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 more. Do you want more because of what? Like, what the fuck can we really do with $1 billion besides buy more shit that we eventually get attached to if we ain't did the right refining of our mind? If we ain't did the right refinement of our mind, you're gonna get more attached to more shit. The goal is not to have zero attachments, bro. Some may, the ones that sit up in the Himalayan mountains and meditate may have zero attachment to shit. You did what I'm saying? They may have zero attachment to shit. But we live in America and we like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, like, get fly on a motherfucker. This ain't shit. Y'all ain't seen me put that shit on, boy. I put that shit on, boy. I put that shit on. Nigga know me, know I put that shit on. You see what I'm saying? Like, even coming to this point, like, my thing ain't, like, when I'm doing YouTube video, my thing ain't to come on here and make somebody else feel like they stupid and they don't know shit. My thing ain't coming to come under your shit and tell you, hey, you doing this wrong. That ain't right. This the right way to do it. You wrong. I'm right. Like, nigga, what I need that for? You see what I'm saying? Like, my ego ain't there. My ego ain't at that placement, bro. Because and I feel like some people end up doing this shit. Like, you can tell, like, bro, when you look at the the glitz and glamour shit on TikTok, not even on YouTube. I don't really find too many new motherfuckers on YouTube, but on TikTok, you see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, certain motherfuckers to certain places and telling motherfuckers this and that. It's like, bro, check this out, bro. Like, I ain't doing this for attention, Holmes. I'm doing this because I'm learning this documentation for me, and hopefully people find this and can relate to a nigga like they see a nigga where a nigga come from. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you can pick up, if your intuition somewhere, you people where a nigga come from, they came from the streets, like, for real. You see what I'm saying? They had those real deal experiences, which end up leading me to consciousness, right? Leading me to want to be self-aware and have knowledge of self, right? But shit, before this, nigga, in my city, I was already a known nigga. I was known. I didn't need attention. I normally naturally got it. From the friends, from the bitches, from people who didn't know me in the neighborhood on a personal level. I rapped. I asked about a nigga from Chattanooga. Lil Joe 3-4. That was my street name. Before I came, no way. Which, by the way, since y'all may not know, no way means no obstacle will apprehend you. And now it's no way pop. No obstacle will apprehend you. Prosper over pain. Yeah, nigga. And I made that shit up before a nigga got conscious. It's already in me. I'm just coming into remembering. That's why I got my nigga over there, the remover of obstacles. If you know, you know. I ain't gotta say. You did what I'm saying? But like I ain't coming to this shit to try to get motherfuckers to be like, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And like Bobby and him say, follow me, bro. I'm not nobody's teacher. I mean by nature, I guess I am, bro. Like if you know what I'm saying, I guess I am, but I'm not like this supreme teacher. Like what I say is right and what everybody else say is fucking wrong. And I'm here for attention. I'm just being me on camera. Just being silly on camera and learning, and hopefully somebody else learning with me, and to give somebody else some light. Fuck it. If it's 3 people, fuck it, cool. So what? So like I said, like a nigga was already known in the streets, bro. I had attention my whole life, fool. Had attention my whole life. I wasn't short of attention with my family. I didn't need attention. I actually run from it now more than anything. I didn't had it my whole life from doing the stupid shit in the streets. So what's the point of that? I don't know. I guess that just needed to be fucking said. But the cause of suffering is the superimposition of Purusha, aka consciousness, on Prakriti, the constantly changing creative matrix. Like, what do we need all this shit for? Is it that's why I get into with attention? Do we want more attention? Because eventually the attention gonna get here, then it's gonna fall off. And guess what your ass turn into now? A meme. Your ass fall off, your ass turn into a meme. I remember everybody fuck with that nigga lying. Ain't nobody paying attention to him no more. It's the rise and the fall. It's the cause and the effect. You see what I'm saying? But there is a motherfucker who can hit that middle point. Hit that middle point. And you hit that middle point, neutralization, baby. And you ain't got no attachment to none of this shit. Cause I ain't doing this shit for that. You see what I'm saying? That'll fuck me up if I'm doing this shit for that. Alright. Okay. This is what okay, hold up. The ignorance is beginningless, right? So you ignorant if you don't have a true nature of reality or nature of or reality or understanding of self, awareness of self, right? It said the ignorance is beginningless, but has an end in self-realization. Once you have self knowledge of self, it is emphasized repeatedly both in yoga and samkhya that prakriti has no effect on a siddha, right? This is a person who's reached a certain level of self-awareness, right? He or she is no longer subject to the play of the 3 gunas, having gone beyond them. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about what? Samkhya briefly mentioned the ethics of contentment, all right, charity, and non-attachment. Non-attachment, bro. The best you can do is the best you can do, though. You see what I'm saying? But you want to detach from as much as you can to as a much degree as you can. You know what I'm saying? To the best degree that you can detach from shit in this reality, bro. Some shit you just not gonna be able to attach from. You see what I'm saying? Um. Okay. So, all right. So we didn't tap on that, right? Um. Yeah. Prakriti has no effect on these people. And it's the same shit in the 7 hermetic principles, right? What's the same principle? The law of neutralization, the law of detachment. Were you able to detach from even the fucking outcomes of shit? These expectations we have, even in relationships. If you can detach from that shit, bro, it'll be more peaceful. You probably feel more free. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Nigga, working on that. All right. Um. Okay. Also, it broke down the. Okay, check this out. Samkhya says direct perception, interference, and testimony are the 3 means of right knowledge. Hold up. Yeah. Samkhya says direct perception, inference, and testimony are the three means of right knowledge. And I don't want to say the Vedic terms or the Sanskrit terms because I'm gonna fuck them up. All right. Yoga accepts these three but adds four other types of knowledge, right? Which is false knowledge. So there's a level of false knowledge, imaginary knowledge, not imaginary in the sense of what you meditate on and go from instinct and when you tap into higher levels of awareness, but make believe ass shit, right? Then you got past knowledge, right? Then you got no knowledge. These five cover the entire field of knowledge of the ordinary mind. Guess check this out though, of the ordinary mind, your everyday average motherfucker, and we can all be included into your everyday average motherfucker because at some point we was right. They are called fluctuations of consciousness or vrittis, VRITTIS, and they are caused by the beginningless ignorance. I told you, ignorance has no beginning, but it has an end. Where's the end? Self-awareness. Ignorance ends once you enter self-awareness. Like they say, when you become conscious, it's gonna be hard to. Once you become conscious, you put glasses on. It's gonna be hard to take them bitches off. Damn near impossible. You ain't gonna be able to act like you don't know shit, cause you know shit. You're gonna suffer though, right? The purpose of yoga is to stop these fluctuations. So a lot of time we think about yoga as just bending, stretching, this and that. Yoga is bending and stretching the mind, bending and stretching the human mind that comes to different levels of awareness, shaving off that excess nonsense in the mind. Shaving off that shit off the samskaras, the mental impressions that you've had since a kid. Shadow work. Yoga is to stop the fluctuations and thus reveal the light of Purusha, the light of awareness, consciousness, who is seated inside as the unfluctuating drashta or seer. Yoga gives a practical means for elevating our level of consciousness. This is what yoga is for. And Samkhya tells us what to expect as we travel on our inward journey, nigga. By the light of Tattwa through the subtle world of the tanmatras. It was something else I want to find here, but matter of fact, this is the last page. Let me just read y'all the other last page. I haven't even got to the first chapter yet. Y'all don't see no highlighted mark here, but y'all see them all through there, right? That was just the introduction, and it says, let's finish this. Fuck it, y'all here. It says, by the light, Samkhya tells us what to expect as we travel on our inward journey. Yoga is the practice. Samkhya is the shit that tells you what to expect once you go through. Like, you need to know what to expect, right? You need to know what to expect on your first day of school, nigga. You need to know what to expect at college, right? You need to put your own game. And it says, by the light of Tattwa. What's Tattwa? Harmony, right? Pleasure. They described in this book, the subtle world of the tanmatras. For an aspirant on the path of yoga, the evolutionary system of Samkhya gives an explanation for some of the techniques of self-realization. For instance, it is mentioned in Bhakti Yoga that bhava and rasa are the qualities developed on the path of devotion. The Bhakta Marja, these on the path to the devotion. I guess that's called the Bhakti Marja, the path of devotion. These qualities are, I don't know how to say this word, CONCOMITANT, concomitant, concomitant with the awakening of Sattva, with the awakening of divine pleasure, balance, harmony. But we find it difficult to identify with them as we rarely experience Sattva, right? Similarly, Samkhya can throw light on the guru discipline, on a guru disciple relationship. The guru removes the ignorance of the disciple. So that's what a guru does. He removes the ignorance that you have. Ignorance of what? Not just ignorant because I don't know this and I don't know that. No, ignorance of yourself, the nature of your reality, the bullshit that you have on your mind that you think is real. The guru removes that. What is the nature of ignorance? This becomes clear through samkhya. The level of ignorance is the last level of evolution, consisting of the gross elements and the 11 indras, the plane of senses and sensory objects, your 5 senses, and the elements. The guru brings light of sattva to the disciple and awakens his or her buddhi or buddhi. What's that? The higher self, the highest level of the mind, which is still part of the illusion, but it needs to be awakened before you can even reach an understanding of Purusha or awareness of Purusha. Because Purusha is pure awareness, right? The guru awakens the disciples buddhi or discriminative power. Thus, at every point of spiritual evolution, the knowledge of samkhya metaphysics will broaden the understanding and provide a clear direction for the aspirant. You hear what I'm saying, bro? What else I got on this page over here? That's it for my notes. So, and like I said, this knowledge still runs all the way over here to the Cosmic Doctor by Dion Fortune. Bitch wrote this in 1924. Today is May, whatever the fuck it is, 8th or 9th, 2024, 100 years ago. The bitch tapped in some shit. You niggas, boy, you niggas playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then we go and bring it over here out of the Vedic shit too, how they break down a microcosm and a macrocosm, bro. This is what I'm saying. We have to get into this is the meditation I do. It's the Tattwa shooter, right? It's the elements, the purification of elements, right? They give you a practice. Inside of here, you see the earth element, the air element, the water element, the fire element, the Akash element, right? You see all the ether is what Akash is, right? So you see all the elements and they need to be purified because they have been grossed out. They have become very materialized. They have become very, it's like a greasy ass, what's the name inside your car? Fuck it. Your oil pump, your carbonator ain't hooked up to your carburetor right. One of them. Your carbonator ain't hooked up to your carburetor right. Got all that oil on it. I have to clean that off. You had to come back around here later on the day. I'm gonna charge you by like 750. 750 to do it. That's how that's what I do. You came to me, I ain't coming to you. 750 and I clean all that oil up off of there and get your carburetor hooked back up to your vibrator. Your vibrator hooked up to the carburetor, it ain't hooked up right. I wouldn't even drive out of here if I was you. You're gonna give me about 350 right now and I fix it. All right. Come on now, nephew. I got you. No, I got you, nephew. I fix you up. I didn't fit hell. I fixed TJ car the other day. See, he riding good, ain't he? Seen his ass down there, didn't you? Seen his ass riding down 38, didn't you? So, you know, it was actually something I wanted to pull up in this book. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so to get to these levels of understanding, right, you have to get to a level of practice, right? And that's why I say I fought with Trav, like, because he pushing the nigga towards a practice. You need to have a practice. Listen, you need to have a practice. You just can't be talking spiritual shit and sounding deep and having new big words to use. As you can see, some of these words I can barely even say. I'm not trying to sound smart, but I understand it. And I apply it through self-analysis. When I look at myself, when I look at the past of the things I've done, it's coming through in self-realization, in dreams, in meditations. I'm having realizations. I'm not trying to prove shit to nobody. I can't prove shit. I don't want to prove shit to you. If this shit just aligns with you, hopefully this is pushing because I'm getting maybe 1, 2, 3 people here and there like, hey, bro, that was that push I needed, bro. Shit, that's all I'm doing it for. Because it's his self-realization or her self-realization, right? That they need to have. You don't need to have my realization. I'm not writing you and telling you, hey, have my realization, nigga. Come over here, watch my YouTube videos because I'm having realization. That ain't how this shit work, but my ego ain't like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got shit to prove and I don't care about the attention. I do want some people to see it, like, what's the fucking point? But I'm not looking to go viral with this shit, right? And the real reason is my documentation, bro. Like I love when I found an old video. It's on my YouTube that I recorded back in 2021, bro. I disagree with a lot of that shit that I said. Now I've evolved. My level of awareness has evolved. And it's good to be able to see this shit. Now this shit is documented in the fucking digital multi-universe. You need a practice to come into self-realization. And I wish I honestly would have started with a practice of this. But not regretfully, right? I needed what the fuck Bobby and them gave me. I've done rituals, I've done magic, and have been successful. Matter of fact, very successful. But now it's time to tap into this subtle level of the reality that we fuck it. The subtle level of reality that I have. If a nigga wanna whatever. I don't care. I don't care. And you need to practice, bro. You need to practice, bro. And you can have shit like tantra, right? Like it says, tantra has been derived from the combination of two words, right? I know a lot of us heard of tantra or tantric sex and just think it's perverted because that's what I thought. You watched my other video, I broke that down to my homie, right? That's what I thought tantra was. But it's actually the balancing of the purification or liberation of certain energies, right? Here it goes. Tantra has been derived from the combination of two Sanskrit words, tanto, tanoti, Tanoti, which means expansion. And then you got Trayati, Trayati, or liberation. So expansion and liberation. That implies that Tantra is the method to expand the mind and liberate the dormant potential energy. That's what Tantra is. So when you're seeing Tantra sex, that's what it's doing. Liberating the mind in it's expanding the mind because you didn't fucking have orgasms. That's a whole different expansion of the mind. You don't walk around in a fucking orgasm. So your mind expands when you have an orgasm, right? And that's just the sexual aspect of Tantra. And to liberate dormant potential energy. A lot of women have pent up energy. A lot of women ain't orgasming. A lot of men have a lot of pent up energy. And I'm gonna say this, listen. Niggas say what the fuck they want to. I remember when Panic brought this shit up. And I was like, what the fuck? Then I had it. I've had a male orgasm. I've had a fucking orgasm with my ex. God damn it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I never felt no shit like that in my life, bro. When I remember when Panic said that shit, he felt like a bitch. Bro, nigga felt like a bitch. You know how when we bust nut men's, we feel the energy come from our dickhead up to our head, like around the ears and up here. Like after we bust a good ass nut, right? Like we feel that shit everywhere. But the nature of the reality is what's the nature of the reality? That shit makes you feel like a bitch for real. It's like it comes from the head down. You must have known from the head down. So it's something that's coming from the cosmos down into here. Hence the cosmic doctrine. So I will get to that level again, but I'm not in no rush to have no fucking orgasm, right? And look, check this out. Ooh, check this out. Time and space. Fuck it, let's just read a little bit, right? Time and space and objects, time, space, and object exists only as a category of the individual mind. Time, space, and object only exists there. If there is no individual mind, there is no time or space or object, and vice versa. These three categories of the mind are infinite and cannot be regarded as a source of. Oh no, these three categories of mind are finite. They're not infinite, they're finite and cannot be regarded as the source of infinite and imperishable knowledge. As long as we function through the realm of the senses and mind, we cannot transgress these finite and restricting boundaries, nigga. Get my mind right. Let me get my mind right, Craig. Smoke some. Get my mind right. As long as we function through the realm of the senses and mind, we cannot transgress the finite and restricting boundaries, bro. As long as we operate in this human ass level of mind, as long as, because it's gonna get over here, right? I'm gonna tell you, as long as we operate in the parameters of this human mind, bro, we not getting out of the restrictive boundaries of the finite, something that is not permanent, something that is not real. This reality that is not real. It's reality? I don't think so, right? Because it doesn't last forever. For example, to see the lustrous beauty of a flower, it is necessary to have the flower in front of your open eyes to see the beauty of the flower. You need to have it in your face, right? To smell, to smell the fragrance of sandal or lavender, it is necessary to have it in close proximity to the nose, right? You agree? Okay. To taste the sweetness of chocolate or the pungency of chilies, they have to be what? You gotta eat them to taste them, right? This type of experience is called objective. So I was right when I was making objective subjective reality. This type of experience is called objective because it depends on the presence of an object. Check out where we're going with it. The senses in the mind. Okay. This type of experience is called objective because it's dependent. It is dependent on the presence of an object, the senses, and the mind in relation to both of them. So the mind in relation to the senses and the object itself. This is an objective experience, but check this out. However, there is a range of experience where you can see with your eyes closed, taste in the absence of food, hear the sound of music without any instrument to cause it. That is purely subjective experience. That's what you want to get to. You want to have a subjective experience, right? And it is unbound by the categories of the finite mind. What did we break down? Where did we go? The finite mind is over here. Even the highest level of the higher self. It's the finite mind. It's the finite mind, bro. And to have a pure subjective experience, what do we say Purusha is? He's just an observer. Purusha is just an observer. He doesn't have an objective reality where he feels, where it feels, and people get, okay, fuck it. Pure subjective experience. Shiva, pure subjective experience. Doesn't have to come down here to the physical manifestation in that pure form, right? Doesn't have to. Knowledge gained through a subjective experience is far more accurate and precise than that gained through an objective experience. Why? Because it is the consequence of an expanded mind. What do we say Tantra is, bro? It implies Tantra is the method to expand the mind and liberate dormant potential energy, nigga. Your mind is dormant potential energy when you thinking and acting like a motherfucking human, using your five senses, running around trying to get a nut off of every goddamn body, running around trying to get a dollar off of every goddamn nigga, bitches and niggas. I need this. I gotta have this. I need that. Your energy is dormant. Your mind is not expanded. It's contracted. You ain't no different than a fucking rock. Matter of fact, you ain't no different than a fucking rat. You ain't no different than a dog. Expansion of mind is the phenomenon which allows an individual to experience beyond the realm of the senses, time, space, and matter. Nigga, that's how you time travel, nigga. That's how you time travel, nigga. Get in your meditation and experience, because what Penny used to teach us, nigga. You need to experience the apple in meditation. This is a simple meditation. I'm gonna give it to y'all. Penny gave it to us. Simple meditation to get used to meditation. Fuck worrying about how you sitting and posturing, right? He said we ain't had to do all that, and I rock with it because I ain't sitting crisscross applesauce. No way. Imagine a fucking apple. Use all your senses to taste, touch, smell, feel, all your fucking senses, right? How it looks and all that. Use all those senses in your meditation. Imagine how it tastes. Imagine the sound that it makes when you bite into the apple. Imagine the color of the apple. Imagine the feeling of the apple. Do this in your meditation so you be able to tap more into, what do we call it? The subjective reality. We don't need the actual object to experience it, nigga. You don't need the actual object to experience. And what did it say that is? What did it say that is? Hold on, because I want to get it right, direct. I want to get a direct quote. What did we say that is? Where did we go? God damn it. What did it say, Tantra? I seen Tantra somewhere. The aim of Tantra. The aim of Tantra. We're going to get to the aim of Tantra. What did it say that is? Because it is the consequence of expanded mind. Expanded mind is a phenomenon which allows an individual to experience beyond the realm of the senses. How you God and you can't experience beyond the realm of the senses. We run out here talking about I'm God, the black woman God. I didn't even say it. You got me. You got me. But I also know the black woman and the black man is a God, right? Now, Mother Origin, ooh, what if God ain't got shit to do because God ain't got nothing to do with this whole physical realm? It ain't got nothing to do with being black and white. We may have the most experience of what we call God because we've experienced creation longer, right? We've been in existence longer, so-called so-called. I can't prove it. That's what we've been told, though. We've been here the longest. So the black man and the black woman, right? Because I'm black and I love black. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm blickety, blickety, blickety black, y'all. You hear what I'm saying? But so the masculine and the feminine, right? Together. The energies, the concepts, right? Together makes up this divine unity. How do we know this? We see it here. That's why they still got the yin and yang in there. Shiva and Shakti and Purusha and Prakriti. It's the union of those two energies. So black man and black woman need to get their shit together and quit talking about what man and woman don't do. Y'all need to put y'all ego to the goddamn side, right? So what? For what? It is the phenomenon which allows an individual to experience beyond the realm of the senses, time, space, and matter. In that realm, you are unbound by distance, unbound by time. You can travel into the past. I forgot to say this. You can travel into the past or the future and know the happenings at places where you are not physically present. This is known as the expansion of mind, but it is unattainable as long as you are bound to your sensorial experience, nigga. It's time to step this shit up, man. It's time to put the practice in, man. Time to go to work. Oh, this is my, what do you say? My Gnosis. TikTok, my Gnosis. Instagram, my Gnosis. Oh, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Them the three gooners, nigga. Like, is sought for fucking subscribe. No, like is like fucking Rogers. Some fucking action. Thomas, whichever the fuck one is action. Like, subscribe, and comment, man. I ain't got time to goddamn break that shit down. Like, subscribe, comment. Goddamn, help a nigga on the algorithm to help the other three people that's gonna watch this finally run into this shit, nigga. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? My name is No Obstacles Will Apprehend You. Prosperity over pain, buddy. No obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over the pain, my nigga. Don't let shit stop you. That's your ego telling you, no, we can't do it. We ain't never done this before. Let's stick to what we've been doing. Slime. BBL Drizzy. Probably A minor. They not like us. They not like us. Put the work in. Cause they not like us. They not like us. We ain't trying to be all politically correct with this shit. We coming how we coming. You get what I'm saying? These niggas ain't like us. These motherfuckers be posers, colonizers. Step this way. And step that way. Step this way. Step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Now step this way. Step that way. Step this way. What can't do that shit like them Cali niggas do. Tennessee. But yeah, man. We tapped in, bro. I just wanted to comment. I found this book to be profound. Samkhya, darshan. Samkhya, we already broke what samkhya means down. You know what I'm saying? Analysis, a very detailed analysis process of the true nature of reality, right? Then we got darshan, which is a way, or like vision, right? Not with your two eyes, but a way to actually to see the true nature of reality through a descriptive or discriminative analysis, right? And then we got this book, Tattwa, right? Which is a practical. Practical means you do the work, nigga. Do the work. Is a practical um 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 purification of the elements. Top was mean elements. These are the elements. The five elements also linked to the five senses, right? And then we got what we studying over there with Trav right now is the cosmic doctrine. All this shit right here and here is over here in this shit. But she breaking that shit down. And boom. And eventually I'm gonna run into the what's the book called? The Mystical Kabbalah by Dion Fortune. This is the Kabbalah. The tree of life is the Kabbalah. Right? And we're gonna run into that. Lately, I had some freaky shit happen, some shit that I love to happen, right? I had a fucking dream listening. Like, I haven't read the book physically. I only read that chapter 5. You know, on my YouTube, I wrote Mystical Kabbalah chapter 5. Trav said check that out. And also check out chapter 12 of this. I may do a YouTube video on that. I'm pretty sure Trav has done plenty of video, but I like to go on and get my own analysis, then go back and watch them. And watch anybody else's interpretations, as you should, nigga. So you don't have a distorted version of view with shit. But I was listening to the Mystical Kabbalah. I haven't actually sat down and read it, like I said, but listening to the audio book of the Mystical Kabbalah when I take naps middle of the day or at night. And what I've started to notice, like a lot of my dreams, if you pay attention to my videos or you my homies and I done told you, when I listen to audio books, somehow these motherfuckers end up narrating my fucking dream. The book is actually narrating my dream, and I'm lucid in a dream knowing that the book is narrating my dream. It's narrating. So what does that mean? I'm acting out the book in my fucking dream, which means what? I'm doing the work in my fucking dream. I'm getting the knowledge in my fucking dreams. Bro, I had a trippy ass dream about the Mystical Kabbalah with aliens and all that type shit. So I ain't gonna give it to you yet, because maybe it'll come out when I read the book. Because I guess that book, seeing the way Trav talk about it and in correlation with this book, is gonna have to be talked about on my YouTube. So once I actually figure out, because I don't know, I had no way to figure out like what part of the book there was when I started going into that dream. You see what I'm saying? So, and when it was, bro, that shit was fucking crazy. Narrated the whole dream. I recorded it in my voice notes, wrote it down. So I got the dream documented. So maybe when I run through, once you finish this, I'll pick up Mystical Kabbalah at some point. Along while I'm still doing the talk with shooting practice, and along while I'm still understanding the metaphysics of the metaphysics of the philosophy of this dualistic nature that we live in down here, because your average human mind can't go past the microcosm. You see what I'm saying? Maybe nobody can. Maybe nobody can perceive it with the mind, with the body, right? You gotta tap into Purusha to get to that. So, yeah, man, write y'all dreams down, bro. Decode y'all dreams, bro. I think it was Carl Jung that said these dreams are actually a collection of the collective unconscious archetypes, So these symbols in these dreams be archetypes. So once you understand a certain archetype, then you can break down and decode your dream. You understand archetypes through these mythologies. Mythologies, that's what he said. These mythologies are psychological archetypes of the mind, of the soul, right? Of the mind, of the soul, right? Purusha. These are stories of the soul that was probably taken into consideration and written down and passed down through what? The higher level of the mind, the intelligence, or the Inanja, not Inanja. What would we say Inanja was? Intuitive knowing, right? Or what did we say over here? Subjective reality, right? You can go through without having a physical objective experience. You can get this information. I've already told you how I brought shit down from the dream realm. I got it on my last video. Me and my boy did it. I think he did it in the waking dream state. I did it in a lot of my shit come through the sleeping dream state. Don't try it, nigga, because I got blockages. You ain't getting in. Don't even try it, buddy. So, boy, you're gonna be fucked up. You trust, boy. So, I forgot where I was going with it, y'all, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's do the work, bro. Let's stay focused. Quit getting distracted by all the other shit out here, bro, and the phonies. Whoever the phonies are to you, if you feel like they're phony, you know they're phony, they're phony. It's not really up to me to tell you who and what the fuck's phony. I really don't give a fuck. But all you gotta do is be doing the work. That's all we should be giving a fuck about, bro. Do the work. If you want to look at what I'm doing, Tattwa shuddhi at this current moment, certain meditations. Got the darshan over there, basically different meditative practices. Haven't tapped into that yet. I kind of got about 3 books I'm reading at one time, any goddamn way. So, you know, but hey, this is what I do. This is what I do. Fuck with the gods. What's the gods? You know, like who the fuck are the gods? But no one cares. No one cares. I don't give a fuck whether you identify as a god or not. But we should be knowing we get back to that God state. Right? What's that God state? A subjective fucking reality, nigga. A purified elements, a purified set of Tattwas, nigga. Get your set of Tattwas right, nigga. Huh? Are you my friend? Are you live, man? Now step this way, step this way, step this way, step this way. That what K Dot snapped on his ass.